Hey, so I was working on a project and I needed a arch cut into a piece of wood, and I was going to go and purchase a router circle jig, and um, I was just going to get a cheap one, and even the cheap ones are pretty expensive. I was looking at the Miles Craft that fit the portable routers, kind of like this, that you can hook up and basically. The store I went to that said they had 6 in stock had 0 in stock. So I left without that. And on the way home, I was like, I'll just order one online. But um, I was like, I got a 3D printer. I can design one. So that's what I did. I designed one to fit my DeWalt. This is the D, what is it? DCW 600 compact router. There. So uh, it's designed to fit the footprint of this. I'm not sure what other routers it does fit. Um, I'm going to make the files available online. So if you want to download these, you're more than welcome to do that. And if someone wants me to design a base plate to fit a particular router that you have, it's not hard for me to adapt this piece here. I just got to change the bolt pattern. I would just need the bolt pattern from the router that people wanted. So if you did want a different router and we're able to take pretty accurate measurements, let me know and I'll see what I can do as far as making these. And so the way this works is this is a piece of T-track that I had left over from when I did my router table project. And so it was just sitting there, and I was like, I'll just use this as the beam for this. And the only modification I had to make is you'll see these 2 holes in the end here are drilled to allow a M6 bolt to go through. So these M6 bolts will go through and kind of capture the face to it. So basically, this end here is designed to accept that those go through to hold it. And there's 2 M6 nuts that I've got captured in the bottom here. So let's go ahead and put that together. And then we'll move to the adjustable pivot point after that. So this is simple. It just goes and pushes directly into this slot. Make sure you line it up. And then when you're setting this up the first time, I like to line it up to where it's all the way flush to here. And then flip it over. And then what I did is center punched the 2 holes here, and a 1/4 inch drill bit fits perfect for M6. And I use M6 just because that's what I have a lot of. I've got this M6 button head cap. This is an M6 by 30 with a washer on there. This is going to tighten through. And you'll notice that's pulled up there on the back. And we'll get the other one in there. So now that that's in there, that's pretty sturdy. It's not going anywhere. Now the uh, pivot point. So to make the pivot point, I had to put the M3 nut in the bottom of this, and I use an M3 bolt as the actual pivot. So this is an 1/8 inch drill bit for your hold. Was it? There we go. Focus. But an 1/8 inch drill bit will work for this, and this will work as a thing. So basically, you drop it in the top here. This is a dual purpose hole. This is the first purpose is to allow you to get your screw in here to tighten that through. And I probably should have measured this before I started putting it in to give you guys an actual length on it. But I just grabbed what I had and stuck that in there. And the whole purpose is to just add a pivot. So The length isn't really important, just as long as you have enough sticking out the bottom there to go into a pivot hole and not slip loose. So once that's done, this is what we're left with right here. And then this piece, and before I put this together, I'll kind of show you. So when I print this with this face down. And the reason was I tried to print it like this to reduce the amount of supports that I needed, but it deformed the holes for both here and here and made it difficult to get the this piece in. But that creates a lot of support that you have to remove from inside here where the beam goes. And I use little tools like this. These are little hook tools. There's just a straight 90 degree, and there's like a little kind of a hook, and I'll just put those in there, grab the support material, pull it out, and scrape it out. Okay, once this is done, I'm going to take the other end of the beam, and I'm going to slide this in. Now, how this is captured and turned is I've designed this little tab, and the tab, it's completely goes through. This is only to keep the nut from spinning inside this once it's installed. This is designed to kind of slide in here. So it will go, there we go, like that. So it'll slide in. Once I get the nut centered in this piece here, there we go. Slide that in. And one note, this is a thin profile M6 nut to allow it to fit inside this right here. And then I've got one of the knobs that I've printed, just uses an M6. I believe this is a 25, M6 by 25 that goes through. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this up to where it's right over top of the nut that we just inserted. Pull that in, and you can feel when it grabs. And then this is going to be our adjustment. So as we go through, we'll take this and we'll set it up to the radius that we want to cut, and then we'll go from there. So overall, it's a fairly simple design, but I think it's something that would work for a lot of people, especially if you don't want to pay $50 for one. And again, this is the router that I use, and the way you would do that, you just line this up. This is based off of the original plastic base plate that I took off of the router, and it just uses the same screws that came with the router originally. And you just kind of set it on there, and then drop your screws in and tighten them up. Let me get this tightened, and I'll show you how it works in action. And if you're curious about the strength of this, this is printed at 45 and 45% infill. So it's pretty solid. If you look here, I've got this 1/8-inch pivot hole drilled into the end here. This is for a wedgie sled project I'm working on. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to set my pivot point up there and get my length. Now, I've already planned this out to be the exact depth I need it to be with the center points. So what I'll do is I'll take this pivot point here. Let's slide it back. There we go. That pivot point is going to fit directly into that hole that we've drilled. And then at that point, we're going to extend it out where we get to the point that we need to. Tighten that down. And then it's going to pivot like this. There you go. Now, the size of this beam that came, I'm not really sure. This beam is 2 feet long, so 24 inches from front to back. You can trim this down if you don't think you're going to need as much. Between the pivot point and the center of the drill bit, I believe it's 4 5/8 inches from the center to the center of this, if it's at its closest position. So if you've got it like this, your smallest radius circle is 4 5/8 inches. So that's a little over like a 9 1/4 inch circle, if I did my math right. And this fits my desires and needs for this. You could even go further and mark off increments on here if you wanted to. I think I'm going to eventually do that with mine, but it's so far it's worked fine. I've only cut these 2 arcs here. You see here and here, and I've got to do some stuff on the back of this as well. But I think it's going to work great for me. If anyone wants a custom plate for your router, and you can get me the measurements, please let me know. I will create the file for modifying this piece here, and I will have all of this uploaded onto Maker World. That's the 3D files. I'll also put in the description the hardware that you need. Really, it's just the 3 M6 bolts, these M6 by 30 socket cap, and this M6 by 25 hex, and then the M3 with the nut in the bottom for the pivot. So that's it for this project. Thanks for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing, and we will see you again on the next one.